Hi guys!
Hello.
It's been a while.
A little while.
A little while, but yeah, like we've been super busy trying to do. We started. Yeah, we actually started it. And then we had to also work on Flavor, which is our second business. So yeah, it was a long holiday, and now work has resumed. So
About to try out content.
yeah, all right, yeah.
So Boro has an interesting analogy.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting and insightful at the same time. All right, Boro, take the floor.
Wait.
Let me add that. Be easy with your background stories.
Oh my
Just it's good for children. I don't know if it's good for adults. Children love it, but adults want to.
All right. So both of us will actually talk about it because I shared it with him, and he also like understood what I was saying. So I have we live in. It feels like I'm about to give him one of my long background stories, but I'll try to keep it, within a couple of minutes. So where we live is not too far from town. We call it town in Abuja, but when you enter into like the road, like from the express, when you enter into the road, it's smooth because there's an estate here, and the estate people, they made their roads to be smooth. But once you pass that estate, it becomes rough,
Really bumpy.
like super bumpy, like impossible. Like it's not even normal road things.
Extra
It's
bumpy.
like the area was like probably formerly one big mountain, and then they decided to break it. So you're like, it's crazy. I'm serious. So anyway, it's really bumpy till you get to our house.
Yeah.
And many people don't even like to come and visit us just because of the road. Anyway, so every day, because I go to work every day and I come back every day by God's grace, I take bikes, right, from the road and from my house, like that. And so I have sufficient experience. I've gathered sufficient experience to think about.
Don't forget to add that it's supposed to be a really short journey.
Yeah.
It's not even up to 200 meters long.
I don't know what meters are.
Imagine the football field.
I don't know what a football is.
Go around the football field only once and twice. No, don't go around. Just go one length and two lengths.
If you put
100 meters and 200 meters. 100 meters in your boys? Yeah, that's 100 meters. Then another 100 meters. So that's the actual length. But it can take you 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, because of the bumps.
And we don't have a car yet, so
yes,
we have to take bikes.
We have to take bikes. So I noticed something very interesting as I would ride daily. I would see that I used to have different experiences with different Okada riders or bike riders.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, if I had, I could enter a bike and I would feel like I was about to die because the guy would just be like, it would be as if his aim that day is like, I'm going to kill this girl and I'm going to kill myself too, and I'm going to enter all the bumps on this road, right? And it would feel really bad. I would just be like, all the eggs and my kidneys and my heart and my liver, they are breaking, right? But there are times when I actually enter another bike and it's the same road, nothing changed in the road, it's the same road, and I'm like, am I on the same road? Because I can tell that it's bumpy. It's not like it's like, but I can tell that it's bumpy, but it's.
But your eggs are not trying to fly out.
My eggs are not trying to fly out. It's smooth. It's jiggy. You can tell that he's calm. You can tell that he's listening. You can tell that he has some experience.
And he's careful.
You can tell that he's careful.
Paying attention.
Right? He's aware of the complexities of the road, and he's willing to take his time to navigate through the road.
All right.
Right. So that's the background. Before I go further, so from that experience, we have been able to distill a couple of things that make us think about marriage, the journey of marriage, if we may say. So you would say the first one.
All right. So first is that it's the same road, but different drivers, right? And you have different experiences because they're different riders. And there's something that my dad told me. I wanted to share this sometime, but my dad told me this before I got married. He said, the success of your marriage is 100% dependent on you, right? And that put a lot of responsibility on me. It didn't make me afraid or anything. It put a lot of responsibility on me in the sense that if my marriage is going to work, it really depends on me. And that helps me with every situation I come across. Am I thinking about this in the long run? Yada, yada, yada. Now, I said that to say that, just like a driver, for example, the rider of the Okada, the careful ones will take you on a bumpy road, but you still feel like, okay, I know this is a bumpy road, but I feel okay and safe, like we're getting to the destination, right? And on the same rough road, somebody else is going to try to kill you. Do you understand? Yeah. So there are 3 elements that we distilled, right? Let me start from experience, right? An experience not in the sense that I've been married for 50 years. I mean, how many years I've been married for, right? So
like we were married. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like some people may be watching this and they're like, wait. These people that just married 5 o'clock, 5:20, they have sat down to do press conference. They want to tell you what to do in marriage.
Anyways, we're just sharing our analogies, right? Sharing our experiences, right? And so experience in the sense that it's not, I mean, people get married 5 times. And I mean, you think they have experience, but it's not that kind of experience. It's the experience of who else have you loved?
Yeah.
It's the experience of who else have you forgiven? It's the experience of who else have you been careful with? It's the experience of have you ever thought of somebody as much as you think of yourself? Have you put yourself before another person? And like before you enter a relationship, as a matter of fact, if that's the way of life, and it's the way the Bible says that we should prefer others before ourselves, it's the same way the Bible says we should submit one to another. So if, as believers, we submit one to another, it won't be difficult to submit one to another in marriage.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the experience we're talking about, the experience of living a life of putting somebody else before yourself. In the sense that the Okada man wants to really get to where he's going really quickly so he can go back and take somebody else. But he's thinking about the fact that he's taking somebody along, he doesn't want the person to feel unsafe. Yeah. Right? So yeah, that's the bit of experience. And there's something I used to tell Boro before we got married.
Let me say. So like when I just knew him and he liked somebody else, which I will continue to say to the end of our lives. He used to tell me, so like we were friends, we were close, we were just close, we were just friends. And he used to tell me that actually there isn't going to be a difference between the way that he would love his wife and the way that he would love someone else, a believer or a non-believer. And I would be like, what's that? Because I just became knowledgeable. And he would
spiritually woke.
I just became spiritually woke. So he would say that, I mean, the Bible says that we should even lay down our lives for our brother. It's the same way I should love my wife like Christ loved the church, which what did Christ do for the church? He died for us. So there's really, he laid down his life. So there's really no difference between how I'm supposed to love my wife and love my brother or my sister. He said, but the only difference would be in my modes of expression, right? I'm not going to probably like go about sleeping with all the boys and all the girls.
And obviously there will be the preference.
There will be the preference. And eventually, like I would have some preference for my wife, right? But at the base of love, I wouldn't say I'm going to forgive my wife, but all these other guys I'm not going to forgive them. I'm going to give to my wife, but all these other guys I'm not going to give to them. And then I didn't understand, but now I actually understand, because I don't ever like fear in my life that maybe one day like I'm going to do something, like, because I see the way that David interacts with other people. I see the way that he loves people, like for real, genuine love, the way that he sacrifices for other people. And I see that, like, if he can do this for people that he doesn't even have, I would say, feelings for, right? How much more me? And it's not like how much more me, but I can see just the same way.
Precedence,
the experience. Just the same way you can tell the bike man who just started driving today. And you can tell the bike man that has been driving for a while and has gathered. You can
tell the bike man that is not married. You can tell the bike man that has 4 children at home.
Yeah, sort of.
Or the one that is just the one that is 14 years old.
Yes, I think I entered the bike once and the guy was probably like 10 years old. Like almost died. Like I was just like,
life is an adventure.
I was like, God, if you take me to the bus stop, I will serve you forever. So So it's the same way. You can tell if you are the first person that your boyfriend or your girlfriend is loving or your wife is loving, because it will show in all the, like, it will just be a mess.
Yeah,
Do you
and it will
understand?
show in the way that he's not loving other people.
Yes.
Or she's not loving other people.
Yes.
So yeah, that's experience number 2.
Okay, so I don't know where he got these 3 different. I don't even remember us talking like that. But I'll just say another thing I learned from the experience, and it's that sometimes, right, depending on where you're coming from, like when I'm coming from work, the road is first smooth and then rough to get home. If I'm coming from home, the road is first rough and then smooth. And so I think it really, really depicts how some people's marriages are. Right, it's sometimes like some people start off like they're like, what is even this argument people talk about? We don't even like not like we are just cool.
You know, as you're saying this, I'm not thinking, are we on the rough side or
we are on
like
side? We're on the road that sometimes it's rough, sometimes it's like smooth. We're just like on a very moderate road. Sometimes it's just a road that has speed bumps, that has some potholes and all of that. So first of all, I want to say that a lot of people say that marriage, the journey of marriage is not easy. It's hard. Yo. While some people like say there's nothing, like everything is okay. You will never. If I never fight with my wife, I never quarrel with her, I never argue with her. Both of them are wrong, right? The journey through marriage, the road, just the way that the road through my house is, it can be bumpy depending on who you are riding with. The level of bumpiness that you experience depends on the kind of, we believe, depends on the kind of person that you ride with. And it makes me think about something that I just forgot.
Let me say something. You know how there's like definitely some level of bumpiness on the road, right? That you cannot do without. There's no matter how careful you want to drive on the Okada. Except you want to, in fact, it's still going to be bumpy.
Yeah,
right?
except you want to be stand still and no progress.
Do you understand? So it's kind of like life normally itself. There's no way you don't have challenges, you understand, and things like that. But just be sure that you're moving forward, right? And that is obviously a journey, right? And how interesting or how beautiful the journey is going to be depends on who you're going with. So you want to go with somebody who has experience, in a sense,
of loving other people.
Who cares? Who has all the things that you realize that, you know what, I can trust this person on the ride with. Yeah, who listens, right? And think about the fact that even on the smooth side, you will still see the ones that want to kill you.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to add that the people that are rough, like the bike men that I entered that are super rough on the rough part, I don't even look forward to the smooth part because I even feel more scared. Because
they will still want to destroy you on the smooth side.
They will still want to finish me. I'm just like, God, just take me to my... So it's not about the road, it's about the person.
It's not even about the road, it's about the person.
I believe so strongly.
No, I just realized it now. Yeah, what you remembered?
Yeah, so
you forgot
listens, okay, so sometimes, right, I enter a bike and it's already... like the guy is already driving as if he wants to kill me, and I'll say, kada, like small, and sometimes you will just see that they will just calm down and throughout the entire journey they are fine. And I think that also like can apply in marriage, because there are some people they're not being like mean or wicked or unloving or unkind just because they don't care, right? They probably just don't know better. But one thing you have to think about is the person accountable to anybody? Can anybody talk to? Is there someone that can talk to? Do they listen, or do they think that you know what, I know what I'm doing?
Right.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm just going to go through this. So can they listen to you? Can they listen to someone else? Can they listen? Is there someone you can talk to? If
they listen to mentors?
Yeah.
Their parents?
Yeah.
Their good friends?
I mean, there are some bad men that when I tell them kada, they feel so insulted. They make it worse. So, and there are people like that. So once you start, they are just corrections from here, and then they'll be like, "Who are you to try to correct me?" Right. So, do not. Hold on. We wrote.
Another thing that just crossed my mind is perspective, right? And I think this is one thing I'm really thankful for my parents for. They gave me this perspective of marriage as something. So, I never saw my parents fight, right? Now, when I grew up, was when they told me that they actually used to fight, but I never used to see it, right? And It gave me an impression that you can actually have a marriage and not fight. Do you understand?
So you
And
grew up
as good,
thinking
yeah,
that-
as good as it is, it has some negative side effects because every single time I fight, I feel like, am I doing something wrong? But I'm really happy that they told me that they actually used to fight, so I didn't feel like something was wrong, right? But the perspective in the sense that if you always grew up with the sense that marriage is going to be terrible, marriage is going to be disastrous, all men are scum, all those kind of things, I really, really doubt that you will have a good marriage.
Can I ask you a question? How does this apply to our bike men ride? You just thought of this?
Yeah, I just thought of that.
sparked
No,
out.
it's packed out when we're talking about some things that are uncertain, some things that are certain, like the bumpiness of the road, right? And then in that bumpiness, right? There's the attitude you want to have because you know it's going to be bumpy, right? And you want to prepare your heart for it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if you are expecting a smooth ride from something that's supposed to be bumpy, you will just be really disappointed.
Oh my god, yeah, it just reminds me of when Basaya, my sister, when she came to visit, like she didn't really know, like she didn't really, I don't even know if this aligns with you or your lesson, but it's just sweet gist. She didn't really know how bumpy the road was, and so we entered the bike, and she's like tush and all of that, and we entered the bike. Jamie, it was she was like, why is he driving like this? Why is he driving like this? And then she started screaming. Like she was screaming and saying, drop me. And I was like, what is your problem? It's just bumps, right? So I don't know how that applies, but that's just like gist.
Yeah, so I think she didn't have the right expectation of what the road should be like.
But should she have expected that it should be?
Yeah, no. It's not her for her to expect. It's like she had no idea what it was going to be like. So it's like she had no expectation.
No expectation.
Do you understand? She like when you think of a road.
Or like when you get into marriage and you're like everything is going to be so smooth, but not
but
going to
but then when you
fights.
come to terms with the fact that there will be some bumpy parts, it's going to be rough. You prepare for it. When you get to the bumpy parts, you're going to say, I give up. This is the end.
Drop me.
And right, the last thing.
No, what? Not last thing. Not last thing. So I just remembered again. So the road is not like super narrow. There are different bumps on the road, and sometimes when I enter a bike man, you choose your bump. Like you don't have to enter all the single bumps on the road just because they are there. So my bike men, depending on their mood or their skill or their experience, they choose the bump that they would. It's just the same thing I think in marriage. Like it's bump. There's bumps everywhere. Like
choose your bumps wisely.
I'm going to choose my bumps wisely, right? Is there really? Should I really go through this bump? Like, can I avoid it?
Small one. Let me take the small one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wisdom.
Yeah. Another thing that it makes me think about is that eventually, last, both of you are together in the journey, right? My backman and I, he does not separate his spirit from his body when he's riding me. His body and his mind and everything is on that ride, on that bumpy ride or on that smooth ride with me. And it also brings to mind the fact that my backman might have become immune to all the bumps. He might just be like, I'm just going to ride.
He's nothing really familiar with it, so he doesn't even see that.
Do you get? So that's another thing you should look at. I think when you're dating someone, how weird is like things that should be weird to them. How weird is it, right? If you people don't talk.
How weird is things that should be weird to them? Write that down.
Is that background?
No. Oh, how weird are?
Okay.
I wasn't noting the background. I was just noting the wisdom. I don't see your flaws.
Thank you. How weird are the things that should be weird to them? Like, okay, people are fighting and then he's not talking to you for like 5 days. And he's fine. He's like, I don't really feel like talking to you because I'm angry with you.
God doesn't do that to the church.
Yeah, God doesn't do that to the church. Sometimes the church does it to God.
Yeah, but God doesn't do that to the church.
Yeah. So, like, that's something you should look at. Like, so he's on that journey with you, but he's not really feeling it. Do you understand? That's something you should look at.
He's going on his spree.
Yes. I think that is all we have for you. So basically, in summary, we compared marriage to the journey to our house.
Yeah.
It has smooth parts.
And bumpy.
It has bumpy parts. It might have a blend of both. The person that you're riding with matters a lot, especially I think the person leading that marriage, because a lot of people don't talk about this. They don't talk about the fact that in every relationship there's like some form of power dynamics. There's probably like there's someone leading the other person. It might not be like ha ha, but there's someone who like for even administrative efficiency, there will just be someone who probably makes the more decisions, and who you just defer to and be like, oh yeah, okay, do that. Which, if you're a Christian, that should be the man because he's the head of the home. And so that makes it very important. Who is leading the head of your home? Who is leading the home? But also, who is the woman as well? Because that is as important as who is the head of the home, I swear.
Because eventually, on a bike, the bike woman can make the bike guy fall.
Oh yes, my younger brother has made his entire bike fall before because he wanted to do like Titanic stuff on the bike, and the whole bike fell down. So yeah, so it matters who you ride with. One,
it matters who the rider is.
It matters who the rider is.
The ridee.
The
rider is the rider. The ridee is the passenger.
It matters who the rider and the ridee are. And it matters how much experience you have. Does the person listen, your partner, how much experience do they have loving other people, like even in things that are not romantic? Because feelings are not going to like last forever, right? So eventually love you is probably a blend of feelings and a choice, which a large part of it is a choice. So have they loved other people that they were not emotionally attached to, or even that they were attached to? Do they listen to people, right? Do they care about you and your well-being? And you guys are in the journey together just the way my bike man and I are in the journey together.
No matter how short or long.
But is my bike man immune to things that he should not be immune to? Or something to think about. So that is our word.
Analogy.
Yeah, analogy for today. We felt like it was super sweet.
Two things.
Yeah.
3 videos are coming up next. One video is about the 2 plates.
Oh yeah.
That's another interesting analogy.
Yeah.
We'll tell you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Second video is about how people who actually have good marriages don't talk a lot about marriage.
Yeah.
So you hear more terrible news because painful news spreads faster. Right, so this is an encouragement to people who actually have good marriage, especially they're older people, and there are many, trust me, there are many of them. You don't hear about them because, I don't know why they don't talk about it, but we want to hear more good news like that, so that we encourage younger people to not see marriage as a dead end. Right?
So should we just scrap that video because we already finished talking about it?
No. I was the last thing.
How we do house chores.
Oh yeah, and how we do house chores,
Yeah, someone asked like how do we do house chores around the house?
The video is coming up.
That would be an interesting one. What do you think? Or boring actually. But not boring because we want you to watch the video. It'll be interesting.
Alright, that's
the end of our video. Tell us action
God
points.
bless you. Action points. Be more observant. See more analogies in the scenarios around you, right, and apply them to your life.
All right, my own action.
But be careful, actually. Be careful in the sense that watch out for signs, right? Not just in a romantic sense. It's a relationship with people before it's a relationship of feelings, right? So you want to know that the love of God that is shed abroad in your heart can be seen.
Yeah.
And the love of God shed abroad in somebody else's heart should be evident to you as well. You should never doubt that. So that's primary.
Might be quite difficult because when feelings get into the mix, everything just
it can be clouded.
Muddy, which is why you should
stay tuned to your spirit.
That's why you need the Holy Spirit, because He's like the best clear eye for you. Like
shine your eye for
He does not. His eyes are always shining, and you can see through His eyes.
Show all the red flags.
Yeah, He will show you all the red flags. My own action point for you, if you're the guy, or even if you're the guy or the girl, I think that you should particularly choose or desire to learn more about how to love people, how to love other people, just like Jesus Christ has loved us, right? It might be difficult. It's easy to say that, I can lay down my life for my brother or for my sister, but that's an instruction from God, and we should do it, right? So that when you get into marriage, it's easier. You don't.
And that can only be easy when you've learned to see life outside yourself.
Yes.
When you can put people before yourself, when you're even wrong, I mean, somebody is wrong, but you can actually go to the person and say, I'm sorry. Right? Like, that's crazy to do that.
Yeah.
It means that, you know what, I don't even care who is right or wrong. I just really want peace. That's just one example of putting people before yourself. There are many other examples of that. So learn first. Basic thing is learn to put others before yourself. Learn to see the world in your eyes.
And make excuses for people.
Sometimes that's the discussion. Be led, actually. Alright, thank you guys so much.
Alright, thank you so much.
Subscribe,
read your Bible prayer.
share it to all your friends.